Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and today we are doing yoga for beginners. So if you have never practiced yoga before, or if you're new to yoga, or if you are even experienced in yoga and want to just kind of slow things down and build your foundation, this class is for you. So grab any props that you would like, any blocks, straps, grab a water bottle, and I will meet you on your mat. So when I first start with a yoga class, I usually like to start off with an essential oil. Totally optional. You do not have to do this, but mine is a blend of peppermint and lavender, and it's a really balancing mix that energizes the body while calming the mind. So we always start off breathing and just arriving to our practice physically and mentally. Sometimes half the battle is showing up. So if you did that, say thank you to yourself. Start to close the eyes and just check in. We won't spend too much time here on tape, but if you I just aged myself. But if you would like to take some more time to settle in, feel free to press pause at any moment. I just have my hands in my lap, reaching up through the crown of my head, and really just listening to my breath. If you have those essential oils, it's a great time to rub them between the hands, breathe in, maybe put them on your neck, on your chest, on your belly. We'll take one more breath together. Breathe into a count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhale to a count of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can flutter your eyes open, and again, you can continue to do that. But if you are ready to move on with your practice, we will meet in a tabletop position. So if at any point this becomes bothersome to your knees, you can add a second mat or roll up your mat or place a towel underneath the knees for extra support. So setting up table, we have our wrists directly underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Sometimes we can't see if it's a perfect line, but just try to feel into the body. And that's my advice throughout this entire class. If something doesn't feel right, then just adjust or don't do what I'm saying and try to find something else that does feel right. Okay, so right away we're pressing into our hands. I want you to pretend like you could press down with your fingers, even though they're on the mat. That's going to protect the wrists. Or you can pretend like you're opening up a jar. So just really active in the fingertips will protect the wrist, shoulders away from ears, and then pull the belly button up and in to engage the core. On the inhale, I like to tuck my toes here. We're going to drop the belly and offer the heart forward. This is cow pose, so breathe in. And on the exhale, we'll round through the spine, tuck everything, untuck the toes. Exhale, this is cat pose. Inhale to cow. You can even take a soft bend in the elbows. Exhale to cat. We'll do one more round. Inhale to cow. Just warming up the spine, getting the body ready. Connecting our movement with our breath. Exhale to cat. Good. And then I'm going to widen my knees a little bit, about mats with distance, and set my hips back. This is a child's pose. Now, if this is a lot on the low back, you can bring the knees in and drape the belly over the thighs. Let the forehead rest on the mat. We won't be here long. And then walk the fingers as far forward as they're going to go and rest the elbows on the mat. So again, this is child's pose. This is kind of our resting posture, especially if you start getting too hot or warmed up during your class and you need to rest. Just come right back to this position. It's your safe place. You can even wrap your hands down beside you. Massage the feet maybe. Just really get into the body and get out of your mind. On the inhale, we'll come back to that tabletop position. Tuck the toes and then send the hips up and back to down dog. With our first down dog, I like to pedal it out, just shifting weight from left to right. And there are no rules here, so you can keep gazing up at the screen whenever you need to. But if you're feeling pretty comfortable, just listen to my voice to guide you. And rather than trying to perfect what I'm saying, just feel it in your body. Got to get my hair off my microphone there. Okay, so After you've kind of pedaled out the legs a little bit and you're feeling pretty good in the back of the legs, we're going to actively press our heels towards the mat, even if they don't get anywhere close. If you're more like this, that's perfect. Actively press the heels back. Belly presses towards the thighs. And then we have no creases in the wrist. So if you are creasing in the wrist, you might want to press your upper body back a little further. Sorry about the microphone there. Okay. And then draw that belly button up and in. You can even have a bend in the knees here. There is no rule that says you have to extend in the legs. So find whatever feels comfortable here. This is your down dog. Again, it's a resting pose. We come here a lot, so get comfy with this one. If you're feeling really good, you can draw the toes up, and that will even intensify the stretch. Breathe in. On the exhale, we're going to straight-legged walk to the top of our mat. Just keeping the hips lifted. That just allows you to feel into that stretch a little bit more. As you get towards the top, if you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. I'm just here for suggestions. So we're going to roll those hips up and back. Drop the belly towards the thighs. Grab opposite elbows. Use your core and the side body to see if you can't pull your body a little bit further down, and then let the head and neck hang heavy. So this may look a little bit more like this right now, where we're bending into the knees and bringing the belly onto the thighs, and that's okay. The longer you're here, you can start to straighten into the legs any amount. The important part for me in this position is letting the head and neck go. You should be able to feel that release in the vertebrae, in the spine. And you can rock side to side or back and forth here. This can be a lot for the back of the legs, so just take whatever bend you need. We're going to release your hands and slowly roll up the spine. Let the head and neck be the last thing to come up. When you get to the top of your mat, just kind of roll it out. Roll through the shoulders. See how you're feeling in the back body. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and down the back. Open through the chest. Do that again. Up to the ears, down the back. Then we're going to reverse that. So take it back, up to the ears, and on the exhale, hunch forward. One more time. Back, up, exhale, hunch forward. Good. Inhale, take your arms up. You can watch your fingers as they touch, just to give yourself a little bit of a back bend. And on the exhale, we'll forward fold. You can have a soft bend in the knees. Inhale finds a half lift. So we're heading into a straight back here. And your hands can be on the mat, on the shins, or even on the thighs. Your shoulders and elbows are going to draw together behind you. The crown of the head is reaching forward. The legs do not have to be straight here. That's yogi's choice. So find whatever arm variation works for you. Find that half lift. Fill up in the ribs. Exhale, fold. This time we'll plant the hands and then root into that right leg as you step this left foot back. I'm going to wiggle my right foot forward to come in between the hands and try to get my ankle to be in line or slightly in front of my right knee. When you get here, and your hands can be here on the mat or they can be up on blocks if you have them. I always lose my blocks, so we're going to use no blocks today. And I also like to come up to finger pads sometimes here. So drop the left knee, untuck the toes. And then I want you to actively pretend as if you could crunch up the mat in between your legs here. So drawing that right heel in and the left knee forward without moving anything. On the inhale, take the arms up overhead. This is our Anjaneyasana. And with that, I want you to take up a lot of space, okay? So if you are more like this, really shift those hips forward, walk that knee back, check on your alignment. That's what's the important part here. Being aligned and feeling aligned in your body. If something feels really off, like I said, don't do it. Breathe in. Stay for the exhale. The biceps are drawing into the ears. And we have a slight back bend as we're reaching those hips forward, reaching the arms back. Start to bend into the elbows as if you could touch them together behind your back. Breathe in, maybe take your gaze up. And on the exhale, plant the hands by the right foot and then walk the hands back to underneath the shoulders while shifting your hips back. We'll start to draw the right toes towards your face. So this is a runner's lunge. Drawing that right hip point back, left hip point forward, just to kind of square off the hips. You can even take your hands and feel back here on your sacrum. Feel if the hips are in one line. Breathe and walk the hands forward. Come back to that runner's lunge. Exhale, shift it back to that half split. Draw the toes towards your nose. We'll do that one more time. Bring it forward. Inhale. Drop the left hip towards the mat. Lift the chest. Exhale, shift it back, toes towards the nose. On the inhale, reach forward with the crown of your head. On the exhale, see if you can't fold a little bit more. You can even walk the hands forward or out for a little more balance. See if you can't get that belly closer to the thighs. Maybe even wiggle the toes left and right and see how that changes the stretch. And it might not. You might be way more open in the legs than I am today. So just listen to your body. Walk the hands forward to frame that right foot. We're going to root into this left hand, peel the right arm up towards the ceiling, twisted lunge. If this is a lot on the knee, again, you can bunch up the mat, or you can even tuck your toes here, yogi's choice. Breathe in. On the exhale, right hand comes down, tuck the back toes, pick up the left knee, step the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale shifts the body forward, and I would go ahead and come to my knees here if you're not used to a chaturanga or a vinyasa flow. Go ahead and drop to the knees. Keep the shoulders over the wrists, and on the exhale, I want you to lower down, squeezing those elbows in tight. Come all the way to the mat. Let your belly or your chest hit first, and then the belly. And then straighten out through the legs. If your legs are like mine, a little disproportioned here. Untuck the toes. Glue those feet to the mat. On the inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, just lift the head, neck, and chest. But this time, see if you can't let the hands hover. Using just the back body. Exhale, release. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, head, neck, and chest. Maybe hover the hands, pull those elbows back behind you. Exhale, press through the hands to find tabletop. And then tuck the toes. Extend the hips up and back to down dog. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, breathe out. Inhale, take that left leg high. And then step the left foot in between the hands. Runner's lunge, followed by the right. Forward fold. Let the head and neck hang heavy. You can be on your finger pads, or you can come back to that ragdoll that we took at the beginning, reaching the side body down, using your core to extend through the legs. Release your grip, roll up the spine. Head and neck are the last thing to come up. Maybe roll through the shoulders again, just see how you're feeling, and then inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale finds that half lift, so hands will be on the shins or the thighs, reaching forward with the crown of your head. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, take your right foot back. I'm going to wiggle my left foot a little bit further forward to take up some more space on my mat, but while trying to keep my hips square, okay? Drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms up, biceps in by the ears. Find that gentle back bend, nothing too crazy. Activate through the fingers. So if our hands are just kind of loosey-goosey, send a long line of energy through those hands as if you had little spider webs you can put on the ceiling. I feel like such a nerd saying that. Okay, paint the wall in front of you with your hands, plant them, and then walk them back to underneath the shoulders along with the hips. Half split. Inhale, walk the hands forward, deep lunge. Lift through the chest. You can come up to the finger pads. And then back to half split. Exhale. One more time. Come forward. Lift through the chest. Drop that right hip point towards the mat. Open up the legs and shift it back, half split. Reach forward with the crown of the head. Find length. And then draw that left hip point back a little further. That left hip tries to sneak forward. So keep the hip square and then release the body over that left leg. You can take your arms wherever allows for more comfort and space. And if at any point something starts to feel painful, you back off or you come out of it. Sensation and pain are different. You want to be able to feel this. But if you're like, ooh, something's going to snap, back off, come out. Start to walk the hands forward to frame this left foot now. Plant into the right hand. Keep that core in and tight as you sweep this left arm high towards the ceiling. One long line of energy. And then release that left hand to the mat. Tuck the back toes, pick up the right knee, step the left foot back to meet the right. You have the option to come to your knees here or stay up into a high plank as you lower, just like we did before, squeezing those elbows in tight, halfway or all the way. And then inhale, I'm going to bring my belly to the ground so you can see a couple variations. Untuck the toes. We have the baby cobra that we did. We can come into a full cobra where you lift all the way and you can adjust your hands. This can be a lot on your back. And if that's the case, you can widen your feet and you can walk the hands forward and wider, okay? Or my personal favorite is up dog. I'm doing a lot of awkward adjustments here on the mat, so just ignore me. Up dog, we let the knees and the thighs hover off the mat. We lift through the chest, shoulders down the back. The crown of the head is reaching up. Breathe in, whichever back bend you are in right now. On the exhale, bend through the knees. Lead with the hips, tuck the toes, down dog. Breathe. You can roll through the ankles. I want you to personalize your down dog. That means whatever little movements you want to take while you're here, do that. We're going to walk our feet to the top of the mat, straight-legged or not, yogi's choice. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale comes all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to go through that one more time a little faster. Inhale, arms up. Find a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, take the right foot back. We're going to rise without dropping that back knee. So we're planted on the ball of the right foot. Those legs are actively drawing together to bunch up the mat, even if they don't do it, which we don't really want to bunch up the mat. We're just practicing that. And then come on up to a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge has a little bit of a back bend. Biceps are in by the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. Settle into those legs. This is a lot. This is a balancing posture. It's a lot on the core. It's a lot on the legs. On the next inhale, we're going to slide on open to warrior two. So those right toes are going to fall to where the heel and the foot can rest. And then the back of the back leg foot is trying to be parallel with the back edge of the mat. It's okay if it's not perfect. I apologize, my back is to you, but hey, we'll do the other side too, don't worry. So warrior two, deep lunge in this left leg, and this left leg is opening up. A little hip opener here. Inhale to reach forward. Flip the front palm, and then take that front palm up and overhead. This right hand can track down the back of the leg or behind the back. Yogi's choice. Just feel that extension in the left side here, but don't compromise the integrity of this left knee bend, okay? So take that left arm up and over. Breathe in, and then cartwheel the hands down to frame that left foot. Inhale this left arm high, twist it out. Exhale, left hand comes down, left foot steps back. Option to come to the knees to take your chaturanga or your vinyasa this way, or you can head straight to down dog. If not, here we go. Inhale, shifts the body forward so the shoulders pass the wrists. Exhale to lower, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog, cobra, baby cobra, your choice. Exhale, lead with the hips to down dog. Good work. Pedal this one out. Feel in with this down dog. Usually about the fourth or fifth down dog, my right ankle cracks really loud, so bonus points if you catch it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it between the hands, followed by the left forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale comes all the way up. Exhale, back into it, forward fold. Breathe in, half lift. Exhale, plants the hands, left foot back. Actively drawing the mat together, right? Strong legs, and then inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Deep lunge in the legs. Breathe in. We're on the ball of that left foot, so lift that left heel. Charge through the back knee. Core is in and tight. We have a slight back bend. Breathe in. Exhale, opens up to warrior two. So check in with your alignment. This left or right heel should be in line with the center of this back foot, okay? So adjust where you need to adjust. There are no rules in yoga. Yes, we want to get our wiggles out, but you see me fixing my hair. It happens. We're human, okay? Reach forward with the fingertips. Maybe take your gaze over that front middle finger and just drop in. Get really deep here. And then reach forward without moving the legs. Flip that front palm, take it up and overhead, reverse your warrior. Feel the stretch in the right side body. Keep that bend in the right knee. Strong in the legs. Exhale, cartwheels the hands down to frame that right foot, and right away, plant in the left hand, sweep the right arm high. Twist it out. Breathe in. Right hand comes down, right foot goes back, high plank. Take this flow that we keep taking. It's a very popular one, or head straight to down dog. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Good work. Inhale comes high to the toes. Bend your knees, and then look where you want your feet to land, and you can walk or hop. Your choice. We'll meet in a forward fold at the top of your mat. I'm going to turn around, but you can stay where you are. I just want you to be able to see me here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale comes all the way up. Watch your fingers as they touch, little baby back bend, and then hands to heart center. Good. We're going to do just a balancing posture before we finish off our class. So shoulders down the back. I always adjust my stance because I'm never standing how I want to stand for a balancing pose. I take my feet hips width distance. That's yogi's choice. If you like yours together, more power to you. And then pick up all 10 toes and then root them back into your mat. So that just kind of activates through the feet to help with your balancing. Hands at heart center, and then start shifting your weight to this right leg. Slide this left foot, the inside of the left foot, to meet the right ankle. You can stay right here. This can be a lot for your balance. Everybody's different. If you'd like to take this a little further, take that left foot to either the inside of the right calf or the inside of the right thigh. This is our tree pose. Okay, so a couple refining cues here. That standing leg is strong, but not hyperextended. So if you need to take a micro bend in the standing leg, do so. Core is in and tight. Shoulders are down the back. We'll stay right here for a moment. And if you're feeling really good, you can do something different with your hands. We like to grow our branches here in yoga. Whatever that means for you. You can keep them gathered at heart center. You can even take them down to your sides. One of my personal favorites is grabbing opposite elbows overhead, opening up through the chest while trying not to have a back bend here, so keeping nice and strong through the core. I know your right leg's talking to you. We are almost done with this. Breathe in. And on the exhale, just release everything back to the mat. Shake out that right leg if you need to, and then we'll take it to the other side. So start shifting your weight to that left leg. Slide the right foot in to meet the left ankle. And then bring that right foot into the inner calf or the inner thigh. You can use your hands if you need to, or don't. Okay, I'm feeling way off balance on this left side. Maybe it's too much caffeine. Just acknowledge when something doesn't feel right to you that day. It doesn't mean it's not going to be right. Just everybody's different every day. It depends on what you've eaten that day. Obviously, if you've had a lot of caffeine. Just find some peace here. Strong in that standing leg, reaching up with the crown of the head, anchoring onto your breath. And by that, I just mean listen to it and feel it. It helps you stay in the present moment. We're almost done on this side. Then let that right foot come down and shake it out. We're going to finish off this practice with a couple nice, yummy stretches. So I'm going to take my feet together to start off. Inhale, arms up, and then grab a hold of your left wrist. Okay, this can be enough. If you want to deepen this even more, take this left foot beside the outside of the right foot. So cross this left foot behind and step it beside the right. If you need to look, you can look. Lift up out of the waist, so find some length, and then stretch up and over to the right. This is so yummy on that left side body. Feel the space in between the ribs. Get a little deeper. Maybe take your gaze up underneath that left armpit to keep the left side body pulled back. We don't want to hunch. See if you can get a little deeper. And then slowly come up. Exhale. Unwind the legs and flip your grip. So extend through the right arm, grab the right wrist. Right foot comes behind and beside the left if you'd like. If not, you can keep them uncrossed. Lift up out of the waist and then come up and over to the left. Pretend like there's something right underneath this left side body that you have to get up and over. Pull that right shoulder back and breathe. Tight core as you get a little deeper. Keep pressing through those hands. Breathe and find length. Exhale to drop in a little more. And then come back up to center. Unwind the legs. Shake out the arms. And then take your hands to your low back. Yogi's choice to have fingers up or down. You do you, boo. You do you. Okay. My fingers are facing up and I'm drawing my elbows together behind my back. And without arching the back, we're keeping the pelvis tucked. Okay, so press the hips forward. Draw the shoulders and the elbows back behind you and together. We're just finding a little micro back bend if you'd like. If you want to go further, just keep pushing and reaching, whatever feels comfortable to you. It may feel good to drop your head. It may not. So listen to your body. Breathe in. Shoulders create a shelf for the heart. And then slowly put your body on straight. Shake it out. And then we're going to come to a seat. I think I'm going to face you for this. You can sit the normal way on your mat. Okay. We're going to take both legs out long to start. And then bring that right knee into your chest. Then step the right foot over the left. Okay, a little cross-legged action here. We're going to take this right arm high. And on the exhale, plant it directly behind you. So we're still sitting up nice and tall. The right hand really is a very minor kickstand, which means we're not putting a whole lot of weight in that right hand at all. We're just using it for leverage. And then use this left elbow to kind of pull your body through a little bit further. If this feels okay, you can take your gaze back over that right shoulder towards the back of the room. And you can activate through that left leg even if it feels good, or just keep it relaxed, your choice. I say that a lot, but I just need to remind you that every body is different, which means everybody's yoga practice is going to be different as well. What feels good in my body might not feel good in your body. So just honor that. Slowly start to unwind. You can shake out the legs. We'll take it to the other side. Left knee in. Step it over the right leg. Left arm sweeps high and plants directly behind you. Use that right arm to pull the body through. Breathe. Gaze over that left shoulder as long as it feels okay on your neck. And slowly unwind. Shake it out. And then I'm going to turn around here. We're going to make our way to your back. So plant the feet, scoot the hips up to the heels. Slowly make your way to your back. And then your arms can come to a T or cactus. Mine are in cactus, or take them to a T. Your choice. I've got a wall here. So inhale this right foot towards the ceiling. Flex through the foot. Draw those toes towards your nose. Feel that stretch. And then cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You can stay right like this, or even take your hand to that right thigh and kind of press away, or feed your right arm in that space between the legs here, and then take the left hand and grab under the thigh or grab over the shin. You want to keep flex through your dirty right foot to protect the right knee joint. Oh, I don't want you to look at the bottom of my feet. It's okay. I don't get pedicures very often, as you can tell. Flex through the right foot. Draw that left thigh into the body. Wow, this one feels good today. And then slowly release that left foot back to the mat, followed by the right. And then again, we'll take it to the other side. Kick the left heel towards the ceiling. Draw those toes towards your nose. And then cross that left ankle over the right thigh. And press with your hand or without that left knee away. Draw the right knee, the right thigh, the right knee in. Take any arm variation that feels good. Find a good stretch, but try to keep the sacrum on the mat. So if you're really balled up here, you can even place a block or a pillow underneath this right foot, or just let it come back to the mat completely. Keep drawing that right leg in. Enjoy that sensation on the outer left hip. And stay anchored to your breath. Slowly release that right foot if you have it, and then unwind the legs. We're just going to take one round of a bridge pose. You can place a block at the sacrum here behind your hips if you would like to take this in a resting position. We're going to take our hands down to our sides and scoot your heels in so you can kind of graze your heels with your fingertips. You don't want to grab a hold of your feet, but just know that they're there. Hands come down to the side, and then we're going to rock a little bit so that we can wiggle these arms under the body a little bit. Doesn't have to be graceful. When you're ready, breathe in. On the exhale, press through the hips. Lift them up, pressing those arms into the mat. You might feel a little bit of restriction in the throat. It's so good for the thyroid, so let it be. And pretend like you have an apple or a block in between the thighs. So you're actively drawing those legs together, lifting through the hips, lifting through the chest. Lift, lift, lift. Feel the squeeze in the back body and the openness in the front. Slowly begin to lower vertebrae by vertebrae. You can release the arms out from underneath you. And then we're going to bring the knees into your chest, but if you need to windshield wiper them first, you can do that. Gather the knees into your chest. Interlace the fingers if you can. Squeeze them in tight. Extend through the back of the head, and then reach the nose up to your knees. Take a little tiny ball. Breathe in. On the exhale, slowly release everything all the way down. Start taking your legs long one at a time. Oh, there's a plant there. Okay. And then let the arms come down to your sides. Now you can have your palms up or palms face down. Whatever feels right to you, just be intentional. Now this is our final resting pose, our Shavasana or our corpse pose, whatever you want to call it. Corpse sounds a little morbid, so we're going to go with final resting pose. If you feel like you need a little extra security or love today, Take your left hand to your heart space and your right hand to your belly and just feel yourself breathe. Feel the chest rise and fall with each breath. And just remember that if you're breathing, you still have a purpose. We lay here for a moment. Try to keep the mind still. Maybe visualize your breath as a color as it enters through the body. And as it exits, getting completely empty. Each breath is sending fresh oxygen and fresh life all the way to the toes, to the fingertips, to the top of your head, to the legs. And each exhale is releasing any toxins, any stale air, letting go of what is no longer serving you. Traditionally, we take this pose in silence or with a nice music going in the background. With us being on video, oftentimes I catch myself peeking to make sure that my computer, my TV hasn't frozen. So trying to guide you through this pose here. Checking in with the body, making sure we're not holding on to any tension. Release the shoulders, release the hips. Let the back teeth part, let the tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Release the muscles of the face. Get totally heavy on your mat. As if you could visualize yourself sinking further and further and further down into your mat. Just floating. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. You can flutter the eyes open. And if you're ready to finish out your practice, you can come to a comfortable seat. If you are really digging that Shavasana, which sometimes I'll just stay there. Stay there. You can finish this video or hit pause. If not, just come to a comfortable seat. It can be cross-legged or not. Sitting with the crown over the heart, over the pelvis, everything in one beautiful line. Shoulders down the back. Taking this last moment for yourself. And finding a mantra or something that speaks to you today, whatever your heart needs, whether it's love, safety, forgiveness. You are, and you have it, whatever it is that you need. It's all within. It was my honor to be your guide. Go in peace, love, and light. Namaste. Thank you.